Hey everyone, day 3 here in Dubai. We got Coach Ray. We're going to ask him a few things about where he thinks all the progress has been made with Larry, where he's at with his match. Check it out.
Sometimes the world doesn't need another hero. Sometimes what it needs is a monster.
So what's up, dude?
Not much.
Pretty exciting event, huh?
To be honest, a lot of things. It's so overwhelming, especially this last week. It's so good that you guys here, because I'm like, I miss my arm wrestling family. I need more arm wrestlers to be here, and it made everything much better. And I'm super excited. I can't wait for the whole event, for every match, for everything.
It really is exciting.
I haven't seen bigger buzz in arm wrestling world than we see now.
Yeah, and how about that stage and that intro?
Oh, that brings things to another level, you know, especially for super matches. Like, it's more than they did. Like, they had something similar, but not even close in Zloty Tour, not even close in WL. So it's going to be a little different, but will still look very good, super professional.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. So, that being said, we have an amazing event coming this Friday. If you've not bought the pay-per-view yet, do that now. If you have not went to armbet.net and staked your favorite athlete, I don't know what's wrong. Go do it now. It's amazing. But what do you think about your match? It's a kind of a last-minute addition. Yeah. Where are you at? Did you have time to prep? How's your arm feeling? What's up?
So we pushed for me and Alex Top Roll to have a match, but Alex had a tournament about 2 weeks ago, and he said he's pretty beat up. So I gave up on the chances to having a match about last week.
Okay.
And I was like training full on and really nothing. And in the last practice, we're like, we should still have some match. And they were like, would you pull Muzz here? Muzz here, would you pull Ray? I said, yeah, why not? So I'm basically just relaxing for the past almost a week.
Okay.
You know, getting all my things together. No arm wrestling, no practices, nothing. And I will be fresh and I will be very good. Muzz here is a tough opponent. He really is. Like, his outside game is levels beyond mine.
Very dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Very dangerous outside game.
But I feel that if I get him inside, there's not much he can do. And I believe I have better endurance. And I don't know about the start, because his start is very explosive, but I have superior endurance for sure.
Well, that's what makes the 6-round format very exciting, you know, because you have a lot of options. You got, I mean, even if you take a loss early, you still have a chance to come back, change things up a little bit. So I think that's going to be a good match. So when I left, Larry was doing very well. I was watching. He progressed so much the first 3 weeks was here.
Okay. All right, so I'm about to hit him again. Now those are low pin pads. How you like that stop? Now watch that movement. He's dragging back. He's making adjustments. This is such a big difference from the last time I was here. I mean, he's thinking at the table. He's trying to find the point of attack. He's regripping. Looks like an arm wrestler to me. Now the good stuff's coming though. So now check this out. Now watch these different movements. Okay, so I'm climbing. Watch him climb with me. Did y'all see him climb with me? All right, it's not coming for a press. This is huge. Watch this. I'm just putting the pressure, and he did the right counter. He pushed me out of it. I'm going to do it again, see if he'll do the same pressure again. He's keeping me out of it.
And then watching him progress, it feels like he's leveled up even significantly since there under your tutelage. So what do you think about Larry, and how's this match going to, without telling me what techniques he's going to use, how do you see this match happening?
I believe Larry will do extremely well. The problem is always the setup. The smarter, more experienced arm wrestler will always have advantage in setup, because we know how to trick things. We know how to make other people get into the traps, and I'm just worried about that part. Physically, strength-wise, movement-wise, connection, everything is there. Larry progressed since I was in February. He had a lot of holes in his game. I came back. He was stronger, but we could still identify a lot of things. Like, his side pressure wasn't active at all. It just wasn't there. We had Philip from Germany coming here, and he exposed that to another level. And we spent a lot of time fixing that issue and opening more lanes for him. And his confidence just over the roof. So I'm like a coach, I'm always worried. I'm going to be worried if it's even 3-0, we're ahead, I'm going to be worried. But he's like, we were just, you know, I saw him like 5 minutes ago. I'm like, how do you feel? He's like, feels great, 6-0.
That's what he told me.
Yeah.
So I messaged him when I got here. I was like, so man, what's up? How you doing? He goes, 6-0. I'm like,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Super
got to
confident.
respect that level of confidence,
Yeah.
right? Like, I want to 6-0 Devon, but I can't guarantee you I'm going to. But the fact that he's just like 6-0 is what's going on. I'm like, hell yeah.
I think people underestimate the thing that, you know, as soon as something doesn't go the way he wants, he will break apart. He's such an elite athlete. He's been put in those positions. You know, he has missed lifts. You know, he has got injured in the middle of, you know, events. And he has done a lot of stuff. Arm wrestling is more combat. It's more one-to-one. But I think he's such a good adapter.
I agree.
Adapts so fast. And I'm Team Larry forever. So I hope we did enough. I really hope we did
He's
enough.
truly a special athlete, and that's the thing. That's why I had. So when I first came over here, people were talking about college the future, and I'm like, I completely agree. His genetics are amazing. Yeah. But if you gave me Khalid or you gave me Larry, I'm choosing Larry every time. Yeah. Because I'm a guy who didn't have a lot of genetic gifts, who just worked really hard, who made it to the top. Larry has some, like, he doesn't have huge hands, but his work ethic is second to none.
Yeah.
So it's very exciting, and I believe this is just the beginning.
I think about those gifts, you know, it's too soon to see the gifts that Larry has. Maybe in 2 years, everyone will say, well, that dude's, you know, fingers are just, you know, cannot break through them. We really don't know, because he hasn't scratched even the surface. So the stuff that we did here was more about building connection and making him stronger in arm wrestling, not necessarily...
And just feeling more comfortable.
Exactly.
I mean,
and if you watch the videos of him pulling, you can see he gets really comfortable. He understands the movement, and like his control on table is still much lower than his explosion. He can really explode. He can stop you and it feels like normal, and then he just goes and it feels like you just cannot hold him. So I'm very excited. Everyone's like, how can he do? He needs ready goes and ready goes. It's not ready goes. It's just being confident.
Right.
Confident and healthy and strong. That's it. You
Absolutely.
know what you if you can do your movement slow. Like the thing is, if you cannot do your move fast, you most likely you cannot do it slow. So he learned to do it slow, and then he just added speed.
Added an explosion to it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's naturally such a freakishly explosive guy. The way he deadlifts, the way he does everything, he's so explosive.
Let's go.
Come on, Larry! Come on! Big pull! Big pull! Go! Yeah! Whoa! Come on, Larry! Give me one more! One more, Larry Wills! Easy day! Easy day!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah! So I knew if he could ever translate that to the table, it's going to be something special. So very excited about that match. I think we still have one more match that's on the card. I mean,
What is it?
I don't know.
Is
It's
it the bearded guy versus big head guy?
bearded guy versus big head guy. I think so.
Devon's head is so huge. It's
Have
so
you
funny.
ever seen Devon that big?
No, I saw him. Like we were hanging out before his match with Tseplenko.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, "Wow, Tseplenko looked so big, and Devon looked so small." I'm like, "Dude, Devon was huge. He was really big when he faced Tseplenko." And then I saw him again. I think next time was last year in February in Norway. He looked normal. He looked big. He was training out, and I remember he was traveling all over the world. But what I saw here in Dubai, it's like, what is this animal? So he looks really, really big. I'm just worried with all that mass comes. There's a thing that more muscle or even more mass you have, more oxygen body will take, and I believe it's going to be an endurance match at some point at least. And how can he deal with that? So that's an
See, I considered getting really big, but I thought, I'm the strongest I've ever been at a 260, 265 body weight. Yeah. And that's my strip body weight, not what we're going to weigh in tomorrow. I don't know what we're going to weigh in tomorrow. But I thought, I could get big, but I was not willing to sacrifice. I didn't think the potential extra horsepower would outweigh my ability to continue and just grind out in a match, So I'm prepared. My intentions are to flash him, but I am prepared for a war. But yeah, it's nice seeing Devon so big for me because I knew so many people were like, Devon can't be ready, Devon can't be ready. This is the biggest by far.
He looks ready.
Yeah, 100%. He took this thing 100% serious, and you're going to see the best Michael Todd versus the best Devon Larratt, and it's exciting.
Yeah, the idea is the endurance and strength factor, especially in super matches. If you know you will end up in a match will stop. If you know that, the power comes secondary. If you know you can outpower your opponent, like that was the thing that Levon told me. He's like, before facing Vitaly, I get more endurance. He said like I lost a little bit weight, about 10 kg, a little bit for him. And he said I had more, so I knew he would stop me. I knew we would, and I needed more. And you can see from round 1 up to round 6, Levon looked better and just Vitaly declined.
Right.
Because he chose the strength route, If Devon would be facing someone else, yeah, you need strength. Endurance versus Tsiplenko, well, didn't do anything,
Right.
But if he's facing you, you need endurance,
That's the same thing because I've prepared this whole time as if I was facing Levon.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, I have the power that I would need to pull Levon, and I have the endurance that I would need to pull someone like Devon. So I feel like I got the perfect blend. But we're gonna find out in 2 days. So
Yeah.
it's exciting.
Super
It's
excited. Super excited. I think this is a beginning of something huge. It's really good that Larry is involved. I love that arm wrestling community, and not only arm wrestling community is involved. There's a lot of people that even don't watch arm wrestling that are super interested in this event. They support you, me, Larry, Devon. Doesn't matter, but they are interested. And more eyes on arm wrestling world, bigger we're gonna get. We are coming very close to a breakthrough. I think mainstream breakthrough.
I agree. So the pandemic has actually helped us in that.
So
route.
weird.
It's crazy
Yeah.
because people were wanting sports so bad, and they just weren't available. And people went to the internet and they found arm wrestling, and here we are, the biggest arm wrestling event in history, and about to shock the world. It's going to be amazing. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Coach Ray, for being here. If you have not subscribed to Voice of Arm Wrestling, go do that. If you haven't staked Coach Ray yet, you know he's gonna win. Obviously, this guy right here. But don't forget to subscribe and click the bell for notifications.
Stay strong and love arm wrestling.